He says he wants
Yeah.
to go 170, 180. Colby's ducking him. All of that. I think that there's some truth to that, you know. Um, I think Colby used the Masvidal thing as an excuse. That's what I think happened. But Chimaev, I mean, I just don't think the UFC trusts him fighting for the title at 70. I think that's what it
Yeah.
comes down to. Or he just can't, or he did a mini cut and just can't make 170. But
Most likely.
it just sucks because this guy had the potential to be an all-time great. Like he still does, but I mean,
It's
like
different if
we're
you don't have
wasting
both of those belts.
we're wasting his prime. Like I mean, like I feel like we're kind of wasting his prime a bit. I mean, I know he's still young, but like he could be champ. He could have been champ by now. You know, like
Dude,
going,
this guy could have been a champ last year.
yeah, like
Could have been a champ in 2023 if he played his cards right.
imagine if we put him against
Or
fucking
20 or no, this year.
dude. Like imagine if after Burns, after he beat Burns, he fucking fought Usman.
Or just imagine after he beat Burns, he told the UFC, yo, like, fuck Nate Diaz, give me a title fight. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm not, but
Or this. Imagine after fighting Kevin Holland, he goes out there, says, throw me any 170-pound guy. I don't care if it's Vicente Luque. I just want to fight
just show that
now.
you could make weight also.
But you know what? If he can't make weight, it is what it is. But I just hate how he's still talking about 170 pounders. Like, stop talking about Colby because the UFC, even in December, was like Colby and Chimaev might be like, just get it off the table. And if it is on the table, just fight at this point because Khamzat Chimaev's hype was built on fighting a lot and dominating guys. And I'd rather see him just dominate another guy and another guy and another guy. I don't care if he needs 2 more fights to get a title. Just get in there and fight, rack up wins, get your legacy going, get your resume going, and then they'll get a title shot. But again, it's starting to piss me off because, like, you're looking at Khamzat Chimaev. He beat Gilbert Burns in 2022. The guy should have been next for a title. He should be getting ready for the welterweight strap now, not Colby. It should be Khamzat and Leon now. But
Yeah,
because of his talk to move up, it's like you're just
his
fucking
weight
yourself.
miss, his weight miss.
He should have fought at 185 and jumped back down like he did early on in his career. He
I
should
just
have
think
fought
the
at
guys at
185.
185, the top guys are too big. I don't think you can go back and forth at that point. You know
But
what I
I
mean?
think those guys suck.
So
That's my
so you think
thoughts.
he
I think those
runs through
guys suck.
Costa?
I think if he fought Paulo Costa, who did resign with the UFC, I think he would destroy him within 2 rounds. I think he either submits him in the first round
Or
or
not?
knocks him out in the second.
I
I
think he's
think
put
he
in a 5 rounds
or
or
submits. I just think he finishes him. I think he finishes him regardless. Submission, knockout, decision. He beats him. Paulo Costa is so shit
sick. Yeah, yeah, and
compared to
people.
Hamza. And Hamza beats Duplessis. He beats Brunson. There's not a single guy that beats him in that division aside from maybe Robert Whittaker. The
We don't
issue
even
is
know.
the same is true for 170. The only guy that really has a chance with him right now is maybe Shavkat, and I think he beats him too. So that's the thing.
I think
Like,
he's Shavkat too.
I
But the
just
thing
think he
is,
needs to start fighting again and just tell like he needs to tell the UFC what the fuck. Like, I need to fight for a title, god damn it. Colby, this is why I'm pissed at Colby, is because like he doesn't deserve it. Hamzat should be the next in
and
line.
Colby has a real chance to win too. That's what this sucks the most. You
But
know,
you know what? This is why Hamzat made a mistake. Listen, again, we don't know if he can make 170, but I just assume that he can because he keeps talking about it. If Colby does beat Leon, or if Leon beats Colby, I don't care if Burns beat Masvidal. Burns beat Masvidal and Neil Magny. Who gives a fuck?
mm-hmm.
Hamzat deserves the title shot over those guys.
Mm-hmm.
Fight someone anyway. I don't care who it is. And just, I think what he should do is do the same thing as he was doing earlier. Fight at 185, fight at 170, fight at 185, fight at 170, just to get a title in one of the divisions. Whatever division you can get a title in the quickest, do that. And I'm not saying constantly go up and down your whole career. I'm just saying just take a fight. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I
Pissing
think
me off.
I don't think they're gonna book him against Whittaker. I don't think that's the plan. I think Whittaker is gonna fight the winner of Pereira versus Adesanya.
But
I,
like, I understand. I don't mind that for Whittaker, but like, what is up with them and Hamza? Like,
Whittaker and
the
Hamza.
UFC killed his hype.
There's something up with the UFC and Hamza. There's something going on. There's got to
I
be.
don't think there's anything going on other than like they're just stupid. Like, it's just a bad management issue.
And I think the
Like,
thing
they're just
about
managing him poorly.
Colby, the thing about Colby, people aren't realizing is like let's say he becomes champion. He's fighting once a year.
Colby's not going to fight Khamzat. If he becomes champion, if Khamzat wants to fight him, he'll like fake an injury. And then Khamzat's at 185. Now I'll take on Nate Diaz or Connor. That's what Colby's going to do as champ.
And he'll fight once a year. Like, that's why
once a year, he'll parade around on his podcasts. Like,
that's why I don't know why people want Colby to be champ. Like, I don't think they realize like this problem with him.
It would have been fine if he was champ back in the day, but now because he knows how hard it is to get there, he's never gonna fucking take it.
Now he's even gonna be even more cautious. You know?
Yeah.
But if Colby loses again, that'd be so funny. Colby,
dude, I want him to lose. I want Leon to just do the same thing he did to Usman.
If Leon smokes Colby, that would be so funny. That'd be 0-3 in title shots for
honestly, Colby. If Leon beats Colby and beats another solid guy like Burns, that already is better than Usman's resume. Because he beat Usman twice, Colby definitively, and Burns, and all the other guys on the win streak. Shavkat. If he beats Shavkat, I think he passes Usman.
He's not going to beat Shavkat.
Yeah, I mean, probably not.
Dude, but Shavkat's going to embarrass these guys.
What's the issue? Dude, Chimaev, like, why doesn't he just lose a little bit of muscle and make 170? I don't understand.
I don't understand it either. He could still make 170 if he really...
But maybe not. Maybe he's like legitimate. It's like, you know, you trying to get down to 185. It might just be one of those things at this point for him. So it might just be impossible.
He may have put on some muscle.
I mean, like, dude, I just want to see him fight anyone.
Yeah, I think he's gonna. I think he's gonna fight Vettori. I think Costa's gonna fight Strickland.
Dude, if this were any other guy in the UFC, they would have gotten a title shot by now.
Yeah,
Jamal Hill got a title shot after beating Thiago Santos, and Khamzat doesn't even get one after beating Gilbert Burns, who just beat Wonderboy.
Yeah, and also beat. Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say,
like, I want to see him fight Duplessis. I want to see him fight Costa. I want to see him fight anyone. Just, you know, the thing is, can he be a champion at 205? Like, is he even big enough for that? If he can't make 170, maybe.
Yeah, I think it's possible. But I think you. What if Khamzat fights the winner of Adesanya Pereira? What if they just bump him up?
I wouldn't mind it because I think I trust in Whittaker to eventually get to a title shot anyway. And
that would be so sick if they just.
I think they should do that. But the issue is, Jacob, Pereira might never fight at 185 if he beats Izzy again, because you know what, he might just say, screw the weight cuts. I proved my point. I'm moving up.
So you
know what he might do? He might move up with another belt. So then he might hold up the division. And then Khamzat doesn't get a title shot for another year.
Oh, I don't think they would let Pereira do
Dude,
that.
It's possible Khamzat literally does not fight this year, bro. Think about it.
Yeah, I could see it, which is fucking
and that's what I'm saying. His hype is literally going down the drain.
It's horrible because he has the potential.
The hype he had during the Burns fight week and even after Kevin Holland, and like, it's just dead.
It sucks.
It's so dead.
This guy is like, could have been like the greatest.
He's turning into like Ben Askren, rotting in like Bellator. You know what I mean? Like one of these guys that just doesn't fight in the UFC. He literally feels like someone that he feels like a guy that is like, hasn't fought for years.
A mythical fighter.
Yeah, he's like a mythical fighter that like people say this guy could be good in the UFC. It's almost as if he's not even in the UFC at this point.
Dude, it's crazy because like this guy could be this guy potentially is the best fighter in the UFC.
Yeah, and they're talking about Bilal and Shavkat. They're talking about Whittaker, and I mean Whittaker is not in talks for a matchup. I don't know. They're doing something in Sweden though, apparently.
I mean, I think they should put him versus Vettori.
I'd love to see that too.
Who do you think he's got a better chance of beating, Costa or Vettori?
He beats both of them, bro.
Who do you think
so easily?
I think Costa could be maybe easier because Costa gasses out,
and Costa doesn't have the same chin.
Yeah, so maybe.
But I think Vettori is like he's getting submitted in the first.
Why
round,
not Cannonier, dude? Like put him against Cannonier.
Dude, I think he beats it doesn't matter who you throw in front of him.
But I think
for Whittaker. You really think Marvin Mediocre Vettori is going to beat Khamzat?
No, but I
Khamzat outstrikes him and keeps him at the end of a jab for 3 rounds easily.
I mean, if Robin Delizzi was able to was able to arguably beat him,
I'm telling you, man, Khamzat Chimaev will destroy anyone that's not Robert Whittaker.
I think he maybe beats Whittaker too. By the way,
he could.
Got a real chance.
But if he might beat Whittaker, then he literally destroys everyone.
I'd pick him against Whittaker.
Yeah.
I'd pick Chimaev. You'd pick
Okay.
Chimaev. If it came down to it, you'd pick Chimaev.
No, I would actually
Oh,
pick
if
Whittaker.
you had to put all your money on the table, you'd pick
If I
Chimaev.
had to put all my money on the table, I'd literally go with Robert Whittaker, bro.
No, are you kidding?
Yes, I would.
No,
He has amazing wrestling, dude,
I know,
and it's
but dude,
defensive, and
I
he's
think
so
he's
like the thing is, Hamzat might be like a Gilbert Burns fight, and you know what? Whitaker's way better than Gilbert Burns on the feet. So, like in that case, I don't know if I could not
Gilbert
possibly
Burns,
pick it.
Whittaker doesn't have the jiu-jitsu of Gilbert Burns.
That's true, but he does have better wrestling, and that's basically just as good as nullifying a guy on the ground.
Khamzat out wrestles heavyweights in training. Like,
Yeah, but that everyone out wrestles heavyweights at training,
or like
and
light
everyone
heavyweight.
does that apparently. You know what I mean? Like,
I think Khamzat's a different level. Like, I love Whittaker. Like, trust me, I love Whittaker. I think Khamzat's a different level than him. And these
if he
guys,
beats Robert Whittaker, then of course I'll be like
what if
shocked.
Khamzat fucking schools Whittaker? Like
I
schools.
mean, like I don't know what that even looks like.
What would you be like if Khamzat submits Whittaker in 1 round? What would you be like?
Oh well, then I would just say, okay, well then clearly this guy is the best
If
fighter.
Khamzat submits Whittaker in a round, he's the greatest.
Then I'll say he's the best fighter on earth.
Of all time.
I'll say he's better than Volk.
Dude, I think.
But like, dude, what if Whittaker just? What if Whittaker stuffs takedowns and then Hamzat's gassed in the second and Whittaker starts just stomping his knee and head kicking him? Then he's screwed.
I can't see Khamzat losing to anyone. I just can't. I think he's too good.
Okay, fair enough.
I just think
fair
he's
enough.
Too good for
Well,
anyone.
then you shouldn't worry about Khamzat and Vittori, bro. Like,
But dude,
he
like
destroys these guys.
He beats like what is Vittori number 5 in the division? Like,
yeah, but like if you think Khamzat can take Whittaker down, then he can do it to Vittori.
I mean, I think he's gonna beat those guys. I'm just saying, like, don't you want him to get to be in the top? Do you get a title shot if you beat Paulo Costa? Like, I like, or maybe they will.
No, that's the shitty thing for Khamzat. He's killed his hype.
I mean, I think they'd probably give him a title shot at whoever he beats. Honestly,
they may as well. I mean, like, listen, I want to see him fight anyone. It doesn't even matter.
What if Pereira calls out Khamzat when he wins?
He won't.
You think he'll call out Whittaker?
I think Pereira's probably going to move up.
Dude, I don't know if he can make that weight again after.
But he might just relinquish the belt, move up.
Yeah, then you could
think about it like this: who does Jamal Hill have to fight?
Nobody.
Exactly.
He's not going to take much damage against Izzy Pereira. So
he'll just fight Jamal Hill in the fall before Yuri comes back. Winner gets Yuri.
I like that.
And then Khamzat fights Whittaker
for
the vacant belt.
If Whittaker wins, by the way, he's defending the belt like 5 times. By the way.
Yeah, no, I don't think anyone beats Whittaker. That's what I'm saying.
Not like.
But the thing is, what if Khamzat loses to Whittaker? Now he's fucked. He's fucked.
So Khamzat can't lose to Whittaker.
So Whittaker's the one man standing in the way of Khamzat being like an all-time great, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing.
There's a chance, but Pereira. What if?
It's the thing, man. Khamzat literally could just keep cutting, dude. Get your weight cut game on. I really think you should just do that. Just lose some muscle.
Who do you think has a better chance against Whittaker, Shavkat or Khamzat?
Oh, without a doubt, I would say.
I think Shavkat does well has a chance against Whittaker too. By the way,
I would say Shavkat might be a little bit. I don't know, dude. It's very tricky, but I think
Shavkat does good at 85 too. By the way,
I think he does too.
I think Shavkat's
tricky. He's a good striker. But like. He's all right. I mean, like the thing is, Whittaker's actually like a good fighter. You know what I mean? Like he's not like
Whittaker's lost to Izzy twice, bro. Like it's Izzy, bro. Like,
but Izzy is ahead of all these other guys. That's the thing about Izzy, and it's a matchup thing. It's a matchup thing,
bro.
Izzy is a tall guy that stays safe, and Whittaker beat him the second time.
Yeah, but so dude, what if Whittaker isn't that like the division he's in, bro, is like.
Well, the thing is, if Whittaker isn't that good, then everyone else in middleweight shit.
Yeah,
like
so
that's just how it is.
What if that's the case? Because we saw Whittaker at 170 wasn't close to where he's at 185. Like, what if Whittaker?
But yeah, but he was so young.
Yeah, but like, dude, what if we have to just expect guys who move up do well, like have been doing really well. Like, what if like Khamzat just levels above these guys? Just like
I would love to see it.
Like, what if he just gets in there with Vittori? No, Whittaker and just submits him in the first 2 rounds? Like,
could do it. He could. I think it's like a 40% chance, 40-60.
I would love to. I'm sorry, Robert Whittaker. I would love to see that. If Hamza just here in 2 minutes just submitted him, that would be unbelievable.
I mean, like I'd rather see it against Izzy though. Like that would be the thing I'd love to see the
I don't
most.
think we'd be
Submit
expecting
Izzy in one round.
that. If he did that to Izzy, if Hamza fought Izzy, he'd be a huge favorite, by the way.
If he fought Izzy, yeah, without a doubt. And he would submit him in the first round.
Hamza fights Whittaker, he'd be a favorite too.
So here's my question. Khamzat versus Pereira. How is okay? I understand Khamzat submits guys, but you bank on Khamzat being able to shoot to get a takedown when you're not too confident in Whittaker being able to get it.
Yeah.
Because Whittaker's arguably a higher level wrestler than Khamzat.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
No, arguably a higher wrestler in just pure wrestling credentials. And Whittaker's takedowns
Whittaker was a great wrestler, he would
some of the most beautiful double legs I've ever seen.
If Whittaker was as good of a wrestler as Khamzat, he would have submitted, or he would have out grappled Izzy for 5 rounds.
Okay, I'll rephrase it. I'll say that Khamzat's a better grappler. He's a better MMA wrestler. But when it comes to getting just a takedown, I think Whittaker
no way
takes Pereira down like that.
You got to realize, when has Khamzat filled the takedown?
I mean, he's not really filled a takedown.
I don't remember the last time he's filled a takedown.
But when has Pereira had anyone like Whittaker shoot on him?
Never, but
exactly. But he had Michaelatus shoot on him, a striker. And
he's getting better though. I think he's getting better though.
You're 38. You'll never ever be able to close a gap like that.
Dude, honestly, the more you say before, I don't think Pereira fights at middleweight again after this fight, though.
Yeah.
I think that's what they know the UFC knows. I think that's why they're reluctant to book Whittaker or Khamzat, because I think that they know that when Pereira beats Adesanya, he's moving up. You think that's possible?
I think so. I think so because like it just makes so much sense. He knows that
he's not
Jamal Hill's going to be waiting around ice doing nothing.
He also knows that it's an easier matchup than Whittaker.
Yeah.
I just can't see it. I can't see. Yeah, I really. The question is though, if Izzy beats Pereira, they should put Khamzat in right away.
100%. Because like
Whittaker,
I don't care about Izzy and Whittaker.
Shit. That's not doing numbers at all.
I'd rather see Khamzat fight someone else I'd rather see Whittaker have a new matchup for a belt. But
by the way, Izzy
Khamzat and Izzy right away.
Izzy versus Khamzat does close to 1 million pay-per-views, by the way.
It does. Or it doesn't, because Khamzat's hype is literally killed at this point, and some people forgot who he is.
Yeah. Dude,
there are people, bro, that literally don't even care about Hamzat that may have used to.
And Whittaker and Izzy can't not. And Izzy
Hamzat's hype was bigger in 2021 than it was right now.
Yeah.
That's dude, it was bigger in 2020.
I don't think Izzy turns down that fight either.
I think he takes it.
Izzy takes
good. That's one thing you have to give him credit for. He always takes.
He fights a lot too. So if he beats Pereira, he's fighting in a few months after. You know what? Honestly, this is kind of making me not be that upset if Izzy wins.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that.
I'm not going to be that upset.
I almost think that the division's better because Khamzat's gonna fight Izzy.
Honestly, you know what? I would not be upset if Izzy won this time. I would not.
The only reason I'd be upset is my pick being wrong. That's it. I already got the Pereira beating him the first time. I'm happy enough with that. But I literally, like, if you think about it, the division is not ruined if Izzy wins because he's going to lose to Khamzat. Simple.
Yeah, and then Khamzat, his first title defense will be against Whittaker.
Unless the UFC is dumb enough to do Khamzat Whittaker, winner gets Izzy, and Whittaker wins. And then it's like a close.
They're not going to
decision Whittaker.
Or, dude, what if they fucking put Costa's the first title defense for Chimaev?
But I think Whittaker beats Izzy.
But dude,
match up again.
Like that third fight, like nobody's gonna care about it. Like no one's gonna care.
But that's like, who do you even have running the UFC that would even consider not putting Khamzat in an immediate title shot with Izzy?
So you know what? I kind of want Izzy to win now.
I mean, like, I don't want him to win just because, like, I want to have his fans shut up. Like, I want.
Yeah.
And if Pereira does leave the division, it opens a door anyway for Khamzat.
Yeah, no, that's true. I mean,
because I don't think the UFC is going to allow him to do a double champ fight. He hasn't earned that yet.
No, I mean, I think he would just be able to vacate the belt and move up. You know. and they know that Hamzat's right there. Like
Yeah.
yeah, no, I think regardless, Hamzat's fighting for the bout. It's whether it's going to be against Whittaker or Adesanya, and I think I'd rather him fight Adesanya, obviously. And I think, like when you say, when you become champ, you become better. That's just how it usually is. Like you usually get a little bit better from being champ. You may get some judges, like some advantages from the judges too. Like Hamzat's gonna be a huge draw at that point. Like what if he sneaks by Whittaker and gets like a very controversial decision? I think that's what we can say no matter what. Like whoever you think is gonna win that fight, like if Whittaker beats Chimaev, it's gonna be pretty close. No, like I don't think Chimaev's gonna.
I mean, it might be, yeah.
I think the fight either goes. I think Chimaev has the potential to fuck up Whittaker, but I don't think Whittaker has the potential to fuck up Chimaev. But I think he could beat him. Maybe like what I mean?
I agree with that. I think Whittaker.
Like I think Whittaker wins a closer decision.
29-28.
Yeah,
if it's a 3-rounder.
You know what I mean? Like I think that's but it also could be a close win for Chimaev. So like I think Chimaev is a champion against Whittaker. They may give him the benefit of the doubt. So, but dude, like there's no way that UFC be dumb enough to put Izzy versus Whittaker 3, right?
No,
there's no way. Then you could put Chimaev versus Izzy in Sweden. Oh,
I would love to see that.
No, dude.
But listen, I just feel like it's almost pointless to even think about these Khamzat matchups until it's announced, because I'm just at this point kind of over the idea of like nothing. We're not going to get what we want. It's probably going to be Khamzat versus Cannonier in December. Dude, Khamzat Cannonier in December. Winner gets a #1 contenders fight.
Dude. If Izzy wins, though,
winner gets Vittoria in a #1 contender fight,
dude. Or Izzy will win, and then they'll book him against Whittaker,
or they'll just do Izzy double champ status against Jamal Hill.
Oh no! We'll give it another.
Khamzat will get his title shot in 2029, bro.
Dude. Yeah, I just want him to be champ. That's all. I want him to be champ. I want him to reach his full potential.
I mean, like, if I was the UFC, I would be like, Khamzat, you want to fight at 185 or do you want to fight at 70? You're getting the next title shot.
But they just definitely don't trust him at 70. That's the problem.
Well, then they should just do it at 185.
Yeah, so if Izzy
say, all right, Pereira, you're not allowed to move up. We're not making that fight. You have to fight Khamzat.
Dude, I just don't. Yeah, I hope they do.
Because I would love to see Khamzat Pereira.
Hamzat would embarrass him.
I think he would submit him in the first few minutes.
Dude, he would.
It'd be a Li Jing Liang part 2.
Dude, Khamzat would embarrass him. Yeah. I think Izzy, I think he submits Izzy in round 2, but I think Izzy at least tries, doesn't look like a fucking idiot.
Izzy at least has takedown defense essentially.
I mean, I don't.
But I think Izzy gets taken down. Like Izzy's got taken down by Whittaker easily a few times.
I think with Khamzat, I think Pereira looks like a dumbass. I think Izzy doesn't look as stupid, but I still think he looks.
I think Khamzat makes Izzy look like a guy that's been grappling with 185ers.
Yeah,
and submits him.
Dude, I just want him to be champ, and then him versus Shavkat down the road. Oof,
that's a great fight.
Champions,
but to be honest, man, I already don't even give a fuck about Shavkat, just because do you really want him to be champ? Like, is this a guy that we really want to?
Over Colby.
Over Colby, yeah. If he fought Colby,
over Leon.
At least we'll get good matchups. But the thing is with Shavkat as champ, it's like
who'd rather, him or Leon as champ?
I just feel like it's like I'm only interested on the day of.
What about him or Leon? I'd rather him than Leon.
I'd rather Leon.
But Leon isn't entertaining.
Yeah, but Leon, ever since he's become a champ, is gonna become more entertaining.
That Usman fight wasn't that great,
Yeah, but it was because I picked him.
But I just don't think he's super entertaining, Leon.
He's not. But I think he's getting better. I think he's getting more dangerous now.
Dude, I just think he's gonna get a bunch of decision wins if he's champ. Shavkat is 17-0 with 7.
But at least he's not like Izzy though. That's the thing. Izzy literally is Leon Edwards is a higher output Izzy.
Practically a better boxer,
and he has good submissions.
And he's a better boxer too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Shavkat,
and I think Leon Edwards, the UK is it's an interesting thing to have behind you, and I think it's gonna be fun to see him talk shit with guys like Bilal and Colby, and
he's gonna talk
about his champions. Literally, just gonna be translator, a Russian translator as champion. That's
Yeah.
why I'm not interested in it, dude. Like, I understand he's fun and he has finishes, but like, I feel like he's gonna be unbeatable, and we're just gonna have Shavkat as a champ for 10 years.
But that would, yeah, I don't know. I think
Until maybe, Jack Della Maddalena. I don't know. These guys that are like in contention at 170 have zero personality.
Jack, I
170 is
don't
a
think
division of no
JDM,
personality.
I don't think JDM and Ian Gary are also that good in general. Like, I just don't think that they're that.
JDM has no personality, and Ian Gary has like a okay personality, but he'll never be champ.
Yeah.